Crazy Russian 86 here. Welcome back to another stream. I was thinking to make it like a video, then I thought, you know what, let me just make a stream. Would be better, easier. Because I can do this and change the rotation. So, I have a surprise for you. Voila! Here is my new friend. His name is Henry VIII. Put a light on the issue. This is a new bike I bought a couple years ago. Henry VIII, his name is Henry. I like it way better than the one I used to have before. I'll show you. This is a charger, it's like an electric bike just right here. I cannot take accumulator out, I have a key for it, but you know, it's hard to grip right here. Oh, actually, I know how to do it, never mind, I'll just figure it out. But usually I just charge it like that, it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, I see this thing now, but didn't pay attention at first, it's stupid me. But it doesn't matter because I don't really need to take it out most of the time. Because mostly I charge it at work or other places. So I don't really, you know, it's no necessity for me to take it out, but I guess I figured it out now. Also, another thing which was hard for me to figure out is the light. I had to look a manual for it because it's a little different menu here. You see? This is how you turn it on, right? And actually it has a better display than mine too. Mine is smaller and it's like barely seen. It shows weird things. Here it shows miles per hour, maybe not always right, but you know, here's the 3 speeds, right? 1, 2, 3, and 0. Oh fuck. No, it's got to go this way. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 0. On 0 it shows more accurately. The funny thing about this bike, when I was going downhill, right? When I was on 0, it's been showing like I was going 25 miles an hour real speed. But if I go to 3 or 2 or 1, even if I go downhill, it shows 20, which is like the maximum allowable speed. But and the light is, if you hold plus for a second longer, you see. I had to figure it out like from the manual because I didn't think about it. You know, so the first day I was going without the light because of it. Because on my bike and my different bike, it had a button from the bike, so I was expecting the same thing from this bike. But no, you have to hold plus longer for the light to be there. But you know, I can be safe in driving the bike without the light, even though with the light is more convenient, obviously. And the real PewDiePie can be watching me. Oh my God, you're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna drive your bike without light. It's so dangerous. Fuck you, stupid bitch. Only creates problems. I had so many problems because of that fucking cunt. And if otherwise I wouldn't have it, because if people wouldn't give a fuck, I would be just a weird person. Okay, I still have my freedoms. Oh, there's something wrong with you. Fuck you, go fuck yourself. Okay. Go work, I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, that's cool. Because I don't really care. I only hear your mouth anyway. That's why I tell you to fuck off. To begin with. Oh, I want people to be friends with you, said the real PewDiePie. Well, why do I want to be friends with Infidel? If people don't like what I think, the way I act, and the way I do things, get the fuck out. Oh, you're not normal because of Asperger's, that's why I act like this. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. And I did a lot of tests, I'm high on both autistic and narcissistic traits. So what? Yes, because of that, people with Asperger's have certain common behaviors with me. But if somebody who is on a lower functioning side of the spectrum, well, I don't know if I'm better in the spectrum because I'm like, when I did my test, I got like 34, and you know, in the spectrum, the minimum score is like 32. All right? Out of 50 when I did that test. When I did my narcissism test, the maximum score was 40. I got like 30 or 31, and people who are suspected to have narcissistic personality disorder have like more than like what, 20, 22, 25, some shit like that. And I got like 30 or 31 on that one. So that's why I said I'm kind of both, and that kind of shows in real life too. With my interactions with people, with my character, with who I am. Yeah, I'm definitely an individual high on both narcissistic and autistic traits, so I'm not denying that. But Unlike people who have developmental disability, the autistic people, I don't have issues which they have. Like issues with like taking care of yourself, intellectual problems, all of that. I don't have this problem. That's why I don't like when people treat me any type of way because of my certain tendencies and my personality and certain autistic behaviors which I have, and people can see it. I mean, yeah, it's true, but if I don't have, problem like taking care of myself, I know what I'm doing, I'm capable of doing things, like, why do you need to care? It's good to know, it's good to be aware of it, so it's like, you're not gonna be fucking with me over like my little quirks and weirdness, but fuck. Why do you need to care? Because it's not gonna work anyway. And she didn't understand it, and she's been making all these stupid ass videos which was making me angry. And I came to realize that she's just a stupid bitch who doesn't know any better. And she was thinking that she's helping me to understand things, but she was only creating problems. Not realizing that not understanding, that's intellectual disability. And playing that card is not gonna work. So then what? People find out that this is how I operate in life. I can't operate differently because of it. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. It's just like if somebody doesn't have legs, right? And, doesn't have hands, like Tisha unarmed. She was riding the car with her legs because she doesn't have hands. It's like the same thing. So it's like, why do you need to fucking care? But anyway, let's move on. Let's switch the topic because this is not what I was trying to talk about in this video of this stream. So whenever it's gonna get uploaded, you're gonna be watching like a stream and you don't wanna see my bike, or you don't care about my regular autism rant, whatever, narcissism, whatever, and just get to 7 minutes. Because now I'm gonna be talking about what I intended to talk about. So here is what I want to talk about. As you clicked on the title, right? I'm gonna sit the fuck down. Fuck, I'm probably gonna eat the salad later. It's been a while, I didn't drink malt liquor, so here it is. 800 malt liquor. I've been studying psychology too about separation from your parents. And these people tell me the same thing as what Alim has been telling me, only in different language. The psychologists they are. I'm studying psychology in Russian just for myself. I've not been talking about it because I don't really like to talk about myself, but the reason why I brought it up is because I've been watching these online lectures and they've been talking about my problems with my mom and other things, and they were talking about separation from your parents. So I'm kind of gonna practice that. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm just gonna I don't know if I'm gonna do what Alima told me, because with my mom it's like not gonna work. I'm probably just gonna be ignoring her messages, but I'm just not gonna give a fuck. If my mom tells me that because I drink a little bit I'm an alcoholic, I'm gonna say, Mom, that's my life, I'm a grown man, don't tell me shit. It's pretty much the videos in Russian, when it was about the kids who didn't separate from their parents, they've been telling them that this is what you need to tell them. Not exactly in these words, but I'm talking about the general meaning, because so. I'm not talking, people take literally, you're telling to be rude to your parents. No, that's just how I talk, but again, you can say the same message in less rude form, so obviously. That's out there for stupid people who like, to say, it's all of Asperger's. Autistic people take things literally, don't understand figure of speech. And that's another reason why, it's not a good idea for people to tell what's wrong with me, because, I don't have a lot of problems, and it's a spectrum. And I'm on the low side of the spectrum, because when I did the test, my score was 34, and borderline autistic personality scores between 29 and 32. So I'm barely on the spectrum. I right on the line. So it's people's gonna see some, tendencies and this and that, but if people think that, they're gonna think the worst of me. They're gonna think that I have problems which I don't have. And if they don't know, or know but they don't care, or know me personally and treat me individually, they're gonna be like, a weird guy, who cares? Okay, well, you're always gonna be like that. Okay, good to know. Let's move on, you see. And that would be better for me and for everybody. That way. They're gonna be okay, yeah, this is how he operates in life. He can't operate differently. Let's start treating him like a fucking 5-year-old. And understand that, yeah, maybe he does things weird way, but he knows what he's doing, so what? Let him do what he can and fuck it. Leave him alone. Yeah, damn right, that's what you need to do. And by not doing that, you only create more problems for me and other people. But anyway, let me get back to the subject again. I'm postponing the point. So if you wanna see it, actually, I misspoke, go to 11 minutes. So, weird things been happening to me a couple days ago. Supposedly Avril Lavigne contacted me on Facebook. I don't know if that was a real Avril Lavigne or that was just a psychologist or whoever who is pretending to be Avril Lavigne. But if it is, that's gonna be funny because, you know, we started talking, she was calling me Han, whatever. She was talking to me like I'm her fan. It's probably been psychologist because she was not like, when I was asking her about her cancer, she didn't say anything. And I was talking to her mom. And then she stopped texting me, which is weird. Like, why would Avril Lavigne contacted me? But if she would, that would be cool. Because that brings me back to the video of her I watched, which I actually liked. I'm not a fan of her, even though I like some of her music. And I know somebody from Russia who actually was her fan. That girl who actually I feel like she liked me. But I don't know if she was like far relative of mine, because the reason why I went there, it was with me and my dad. I went there to see her father. And I don't remember if her father was my dad's friend who was Jewish or that was one of my dad's relatives. So, but anyway, the daughter of that guy, her name was Asya, she was like a big Avril Lavigne fan, actually. Like really her fan. I mean, I like her music, I listen to her, and I like that video, I want to tell you. And why I bring it up, that video, because Avril Lavigne was talking about, well, I'm not better than nobody and nobody's better than me. Well, Avril, if you're really watching, and I told her that I want to make this video and upload it to her. Yo, what's up, Danny P? Let me finish my point, thank you, sir. If you really like my video, right? Let me get a drink. I kind of lost train of my thought. I lost my train of thought, but she was saying, now, like, okay, if you really like me, and you, Avril Lavigne, it's a message for you. If it's actually you, not like a psychologist pretending to be you. Listen, you said that, then no... What the fuck? You're not better than nobody, and nobody's better than you, right? Well, you have a choice to be my sugar mommy. Because guess what? I go out with Avril Lavigne if I have an opportunity in real life. But the thing is, it's too good to be true, because, like, I mean, I would feel like less of a man in some ways, because I feel like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it's good to have a sugar mama, but then it's like, why would the famous rock star go out with somebody like me? And I started thinking about Avril Lavigne going out with Todd. I mean, like, yeah. But that's like for joke, I don't mean any offense, but then I'm like, you know what, that's gonna be really comical. If Avril Lavigne's gonna go out with Todd. I mean, like, I don't care that he's a loser, that he's weird and he lives with his mom. I'm still gonna go out with him because he's not worse than me. We are like humans, we equal. Right? I'm sure if Avril Lavigne's gonna be watching this video, she's gonna start laughing like, why would I go out with this slow life, a fucking rock star, right? Which is kind of arrogant, but I mean, I feel like she has a right to feel that way. Because, like, why would a rock star go out with a loser who has a lot of problems in life? I mean, that would be a good thing for a loser who has a lot of problems in life. That's gonna be awesome for him, but that's why I said I like sugar mommy. Shit, I'm gonna get instantly rich, I wouldn't have to worry about money ever. Fuck. I'll do what I want, I buy what I want. Fuck. I have all the benefits. And I still probably go to work just like I do because, I need to do something, but fuck. My life would be much easier if that's gonna be the case. I have like, fuck. I go out with a celebrity in a minute, but why would the celebrity go out with somebody like me? And people can say, well, you have low self-esteem, but I mean, let's be real. Why would the celebrity go out with somebody like me? Because I don't have no social status. I mean, I have 2 part-time jobs, and before I used to work more and make more, but the jobs I had, they were like, a dishwasher, package handler, and some people have problems with me. That's why they put me on probation for disability, apparently, which they didn't tell me about, and which doesn't make sense. And I'm seeing it, and I'm hearing from people conversations, and I'm not stupid. Even if I wouldn't hear it, I would have seen that something is wrong with the way that people treat me compared to what it was before. So, like, fuck. I see the bullshit and the way people treat me. I see something wrong, that's me angry. And if I wouldn't understand, I would act aggressive, but then told me not to. And because of fear, I start acting more civilly, but then I'm like, you know what? And then I started going from job to job because of it, but then because of that, you know what? I don't like this shit, but I don't like the way people feel about things, fuck all of this. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna stop talking to people. Because it's like the safest way, but fuck, I went through hell because of the bullshit. And I could have just be going to work like I used to and work more hours, get more money, focus on about building myself up, be big and strong. But I guess there's a purpose for it. At least I got a little bit socially better. But getting socially better at the expense of my work performance, not a good idea. But I guess then another thing I can gain from it, self-motivation. Because right now I don't work a lot, I'm not forced to work hard physically. Hey, I want to be big and strong, here's my chance to be disciplined, go to the gym. And I talked to my friend who's probably a psychologist whom I left in California. He's been showing me videos on how people are working out hard. And when I was telling him, which was true, I was actually sick with a cold recently. And I just got well like a couple days ago. And I told him that the reason why I was not going to the gym because I got cold. And I stopped my calisthenics workouts too because of it. Because I was actually not feeling good. And even though during all that time, I've been still going to work like a normal person. Even though I've been coughing and sneezing. Still. Still. Not been doing this much either. That's why this one is good. It's been on the zero since actually for a month. Since September 18th. So it's going to be a month tomorrow since I've been on zero. And I still have a little bit because I've not been hitting that either for a while. Because I've been sick with a cold. So I've not been vaping, I've not been drinking. This is my first drink in like a couple weeks. And the reason why I decided to drink today because today is Eminem's birthday. Happy birthday, Eminem. He's probably not gonna hear it, but I'm gonna do it for Eminem's birthday, so. My mom said it's okay to drink on the holidays. She's not gonna be fucking with me over it. But I don't wanna hear it from her, anything from her anyway. Talking about what's wrong with me. I don't even do anything, I just delete messages. And Alima said, tell your mom, hey, I'm a grown man, don't talk to me like that, don't treat me like that, be a man and say it. Well, the reason why I'm not saying it because my mom's not gonna listen, so I'm like. And generally, I like to be by myself. I feel better when I'm by myself, so I can do what I want and act how I want and nobody tells me shit. Because that's what I like. And I don't care if people feel I am weird. Elliot Rodger was weird too. Being autistic didn't stop him from killing 6 people, injuring 19. I don't want to do that because of my fears, but hey, we're gonna die anyway. So if people are gonna give me that type of shit and they're gonna try to fix me or tell me how I should be, how should I act, we live in America. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. You deprive me from that, I have a right to bear arms. That's it. I don't give a fuck. And I know people not gonna give me the arms because of that, but hey, you don't give me the arms, I have other things. I can get them to fight with people and go to jail anyway. And I don't want to do that because you know that has consequences, but hey, if people push me, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna have any choice. That's just how I look at it. Because I'm not gonna get surrendered by infidels who take my freedoms away from me. I don't give a fuck. If they don't understand peaceful ways, fuck. I'm gonna get into the fight, which I did, but the person didn't want to hurt me, so I'm like, I surrendered. And that happened before too. I was not trying to fight people, and I see people not trying to hurt me. I'm like, okay, well, fine. You're not fighting hard with me, I'm not gonna fight hard either, even if I could. Especially like fighting at the job when I know full well that if I do that, I'm gonna get fired. And the main goal is, not to show off, but not to get fired. Because I want the money. And if I know that, even if I'm stronger than somebody, but I know that even if I'm gonna win the fight, I'm gonna lose the job. Guess what? I'm not gonna be fighting with these people, because losing the job is gonna cost me more than winning the fight and showing off. Hey, I fuck up this motherfucker who was like not letting me do what I want. I showed motherfuckers that don't fuck with me. Because that's my mentality. I think that that's justified and that's the right thing to do, to spill the blood of infidels. But I'm not gonna do it, because if I know that if I'm gonna do that, that's gonna cost me a job, it's gonna cost me money. Guess what? I'm not gonna do it. And even if they do it, I'm gonna like, okay, motherfucker, you can hit me. Go ahead, lose the fucking job. I don't care. This is how American society works. So it's like, what? I'm gonna take a full advantage of it. Fuck. You hit me, you lose the job, motherfucker. They take full advantage of that. I'm gonna let you hit me. So, fuck. And if you're not hitting me that hard to teach me a lesson, I'm like, okay, fuck. You can hit me a little bit. If you're not hitting me hard, I can survive it, fuck. That's probably why when I had that weird probation job 2 years ago, almost 3 actually, it was spring of 2022. I called that woman fucking bitch, which I don't regret doing it because she deserved it. Because I was minding my business, she was bitching at me and I got angry at her. And she started to beating me up, but I started using martial arts with her just to defend myself, spread the wild horses made, and then she started going on me like, hey, you motherfucker. And she was kind of a big girl too, But then I let her just put me down, and she was hitting me, but not that hard. So I'm like, okay, fine. I was covering myself, let her hit me. And then when I had a chance, I grabbed her by the leg and pulled her down. And then that was it. Because then the man just came in and they stopped the fight, obviously. So she hit me a couple times, I didn't hit her, but then I grabbed her leg and pulled her down. And then after that I got on like paid suspension, and after that they took me off that job, or took me off that project, whatever. But I didn't like being there because it was a hostile work environment. It was a lot of bullshit. They've been acting stupid too. They've been doing dumb shit, like, they've been trying to show me there's something wrong with me. So they've been like putting the plastic on the cart to make it harder for me to carry, to show me that I was dangerous by myself. And I didn't care, I was still doing it by myself. I was moving the car, but I was doing it slowly. And people are like, oh, do you need help? I'm like, fuck, idiot, what the fuck? They're trying to show that I cannot do it. Stupid, the real PewDiePie shit. Showing that I have a disability so people treat me nice. Just because I have autistic traits and behaviors. Yeah, right, you do that, people start teaching me, people start babying me. And then it's gonna be still the same thing. When they're gonna leave me alone. So again, you're wasting your time, you're wasting my time, you're making me angry, and you're putting stuff on the internet which is not even true. You're only creating problems for me. And that's the reason why I was like making my racist videos. And black people know that too. They even understand it. They're smart enough to understand that. Even though black people generally have low IQ, but thank God they're smart enough to understand that at least. That what they're doing is fucking wrong. I'm happy that they understand it. And they understand why I feel that way about them. Because they're creating problems for me. I happy they got that message. It's good to drink a little bit. I was talking to one of my coworkers yesterday, nice guy. He wanted to know how I feel about things, and I told him everything. And I told him that, you know what, sometimes I like to work when I'm under the influence of weed or alcohol. Speaking of weed, I have 2 of these, but I ran out. This one right here I bought in Illinois. Because I live in Wisconsin now, but I live like 20 miles away from the border, Wisconsin and Illinois. So I got this one. It's like $32. Oh, you're bored? Okay, good to know, but let me finish my story. I hope, you find out what you want to do. So I hope, but if I'm making boring streams, oh well, sorry about that. I'm just doing it because I want to say what I want to say. So if you feel like that's boring, well, you can leave the stream anytime you want. But stop having unreasonable expectations. And let me just be myself and let me do, whatever I feel like doing. Thank you. So anyway, I got this one, $32, 300 milligrams of THC, 86% of THC, 0.3% CBD. You're not bored because of me? Okay, that's even better, but... Well, I hope you find something, to occupy yourself, but... Meantime, you can occupy yourself with listening to what I'm talking about. Maybe, that will make you feel less bored. If not, well, good to know that you're bored, but... What that has to do with what I want to talk about. So anyway, let's keep going. I got this one. It lasted me for 2 weeks. Now I have nothing. Like, I can do this, right? I'm not gonna get high. This one, the same thing. I'm out of it. This is a weed from California. 1.25 gram of THC, which is like 4 times the amount. I've been smoking it almost like a day, every other day, like for 2 months. I got it back in California in July. I think it was middle of July. It was like about a week before I left California, and I took it with me on the plane, didn't get any trouble, even though the weed is illegal in Wisconsin, but I put it in the luggage and nobody really cared. I put it on I think I put it on one of my pants pocket, I don't remember, but I still have a flavor. This is strawberry guava, but there is no THC now. I'm gonna throw them away. And it sucks that I cannot ship that stuff from California here. It's illegal. Because then I could have saved some money, because in California the weed is legal, right? And you can even smoke at work. And when I used to work there, people didn't care about smoking weed, and they'd been getting high at work, and nobody gave a fuck. Even team leads, they used to go to fucking car, smoke, and then go back and just work. So it's kind of cool, you can go to work and get high. And especially the job I used to have, where people were giving a fuck what's wrong with me and treating me the wrong way and making me angry all the time. And I was ready to fucking fuck somebody up because of it. Guess what? Because of all that bullshit, I needed to go high to work because that was helping me not to go crazy. Because I didn't like the way people been treating me, shutting me down, asking me stupid questions, telling me how to act, when in reality they were making me feel that way, and I wouldn't give a fuck. And in Russia, I had more freedoms too. I've been telling people, yes, I had problems in Russia too, and I saw a lot of people who are way more special than me, right? And when they were doing dumb shit, I was yelling at them in Russia, and nobody was telling me shit. I didn't have to be nice to people. In America, I have to fucking learn how to act differently. And then again, you know that autistic people, they don't like change. But nobody thinks about that. They're not thinking that, you know what, person doesn't like change, and that's autistic tendency, for example. The person likes to do things the same way all the time. He doesn't like to change nothing. Doesn't like to change the routine, doesn't like to change the behaviors, want to do things his way, and every little change, that's like, makes them go crazy. And that's kind of like me, because I don't like change. I mean, I'm a reasonable person, I have an intellectual disability, but that's something, you know. I actually struggle more with that. So for people trying to fix me and try to make me more sociable, when I was younger, I was yelling at stupid people in Russia because of the way they've been acting. And now you're telling me to be nice and polite when, like, remember, I'm not just autistic, I have no narcissistic tendencies too in my personality. I don't care, I have no intellectual disability, I know what I'm doing. Because I'm right, I feel like I can act like a boss even when I'm not. And then people tell me that I shouldn't act this way. I just get angry because I don't see anything wrong with my actions. And I don't give a fuck that people feel like, oh, there's something wrong with this guy. He shouldn't be acting this cocky and arrogant. I'm like, well, if you feel that way, you can fuck yourself. Because I want to act how I want. And if you don't like it, you can eat a dick and die. And the only reason why I'm not going to tell people that, because I'm afraid of getting fired from the job. But I really don't give a fuck if people feel that way. Because I will act how I want and I care less, you know. Just putting it out there. I hope you see me hearing me saying that shit. I really don't give a fuck if you don't like the way I act. And people tell me they don't like the way I act, guess what? Because of that, my desire to fuck them up is only goes higher. But I'm not gonna do it because, like I said, if I know that if I'm gonna hit somebody, I'm gonna get fired, guess what? I'm just gonna be avoiding people. You know? Because I don't wanna lose the fucking money, because that's more important. But then again, that should create hostile work environment for me. Because I'm going to work all the time, stressed out, thinking that one day I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna actually do this crazy stuff and I'm gonna get fired. And I don't wanna do it because A, I actually wanna have good relationship with people. B, I don't like getting fired. Okay? So. And I really, if Britney wants me to make friends, that's cool, but instead of that, she's making me enemies with people. That's not cool. So you don't care what other people think. I mean, put it this way. I care what other people think of me in the sense that I feel like if people think wrong things of me or, you know, I only care because that stuff hurts my ego. Okay, that's why I care. And that goes back to my narcissistic tendencies. I have a fragile ego. So that's why I care. Because that hurts me. Because I feel like I'm God and everybody tell me, no, you piece of shit. And I know that I'm not God, but I feel like, you know what? Just because I'm not big and strong, I cannot get my way with people. Okay? And when people are telling me, you know what, hey, you piece of shit, ha ha ha, you child, you cannot do nothing, ha ha ha. I get angry. I want to fuck them up. I want to get into the fight with people. I want to cast them out. And because it hurts my ego, that's why I care about what other people think of me. Because I feel like other people, they know better and they know everything. And I need to kiss their ass. You know, that's why I care. But I don't care in the sense that, you know, I don't care about like that. If I cast somebody out, that's going to hurt their feelings. I don't care about that. But I do care in the sense that if people say, ha ha, you piece of shit, that makes me angry. And I start believing it. And I feel because of that, I want to prove people wrong and I want to hurt them because of it. You know, that type of care. Not care like caring for other people, but care like in that type of sense. You know, that's why I care about what other people think. Because I just don't like to look like a piece of shit. Because that makes me angry and that makes me feel bad and it hurts my ego. It's a good question. I have no problem honestly answering about it, so. And a lot of times I pretend, you know, just so I'm not gonna have negative consequences. That's why I go to work and try to ignore people, because if I know that if I'm gonna act the way I wanna act, I'm gonna get fired. And that's why before it was easier, because before it's like people try to fuck with me, I cast them out, they leave me alone without me getting fired, and I just do whatever needs to be done the way I think is right, and nobody tells me shit. And I'm happy about it. But that stupid bitch, the real PewDiePie, wanted me to be more sociable, and she wanted me to be friends with people who make me angry. Well, now she's making it harder for me to keep a job. Because I have to be like a bigger person and I have to, you know, control myself. This is what my mom used to tell me when I was a child. She used to tell me, Emil, when people make fun of you, don't get angry, don't yell at them. And I didn't listen to her because like, fuck. I was thinking, you know what, because I'm not big and strong, because I'm not tall, because other people are stronger than me, that's why I need to kiss their asses. But if I was stronger than them, they say something I don't like, guess what? They're lying in the fucking pile of blood. Going to the fucking hospital. I'm beating them up in front of other people and telling everybody. If you're not gonna let me do what I want, and if you're not gonna let me act the way I act, if you're not gonna keep your fucking mouth shut, this is what's gonna happen to you, motherfucker. You know? And I would feel like a king if that would happen. You know? And I would feel great. But I was not strong enough to do that. So I had to kiss up to infidels. And I was feeling angry about it. Because I had to like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. In my mind, fuck, this motherfucker is a piece of shit. I'm better than him. He's my boss, but he doesn't deserve to be my boss. He's a piece of shit. He needs to give me my way, even if it's against the rules, because this is what I want. Because life is about me doing what I want, acting how I want, and everything I do is right. And everybody who thinks differently, they're pieces of shit, and they deserve to die. This is what I really think, you know? But I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to get fired from the job for that. But I was going home, and I was imagining myself getting fucking gloves, a gun, and a mask, and shooting up the place. Okay? I just didn't want to do it because, you know, I noticed that, you know, people are walking out on me, they're not doing any harm, I still keeping the job, I'm like, yeah, thank God. I can keep the job and get my money without getting into that type of predicament, like Elliot Rodger. But I was thinking about it a lot. I was imagining it, I was thinking about it constantly, that if I'm gonna get fired from the job, I'm gonna get a gun and I'm gonna shoot up the place. I was thinking about it a lot back in the day. And I'm happy that shit didn't happen. So. But I was really thinking about it. Imagining it. But then I'm like, no, I don't want that shit to happen. I want to keep the job. I want to make money. I want to build up my account. And if I'm going to do that type of stuff, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Real PewDiePie, get the fuck out. I don't care if you think that I'm a child. If you watch that video, let it sink in. You're only making me angry. So might as well just shut the fuck up. I'm yelling because I want to yell. And if you don't like it, you can fuck yourself. Because I don't give a fuck. I keep telling you. And when you're telling me that I'm a child, that actually wants to make me like prove to everybody that I'm not a child. and fucking, hit somebody. That's the reason why I want to hit somebody. Because they say, you're a child, you shouldn't be like that, you shouldn't act like that, and I don't give a fuck. And next thing I want to do is I want to fucking hit somebody or take an object and hit somebody. And the only reason I'm not doing that, because I know that if I'm actually going to do that, it's going to cost me money. That's the only reason why I'm not doing it. Otherwise, I really don't fucking care. I really don't. So you need to shut the fuck up. Because I don't give a fuck that you don't like the way I act, okay? I'm gonna act how I want and you telling me, stop yelling child. I'm gonna say, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me what to do. Shut your fucking mouth, you fucking bitch. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm gonna tell you on that one. Or without telling that, I'm just gonna go black, black, black. Because I don't see anything wrong with my actions. I really don't care. Okay, shut the fuck up. Don't try to help me because I really don't care. I know that you think that the way I feel is not an appropriate behavior, but like I said, I don't care. I didn't ask you to help me. And by the way, I study psychology, and you know what they say in psychology? I even remember I studied that yesterday, and that was really like very good thing. Stop trying to help me because I didn't ask for your help. You're not really helping me, okay? Because you're not gonna change anything. You're trying to help me, but you're being stupid. I'm better off to be left alone without people. I'm happy and better off. And that shit doesn't affect my job and people already seeing it. So, by you treating me like a child, you only create more problems for me and other people. And then at the end of the day, I'm not going to be working better and doing things differently. Okay, you have a problem with me throwing boxes, okay, I get it. But don't you understand that the reason why I used to throw boxes is because it was easier and faster for me to do it. It was getting the job done faster, not because I don't know what I'm doing. And even if I wouldn't be throwing boxes, guess what? They still would have problem with me because of productivity. Because the job was too fucking difficult and I couldn't work as fast as they would like me to. Okay? So, either way, even if I follow these rules, there's still gonna be, problems. I lost 2 jobs because I got fed up with the boss and started screaming and cursing at him. You see? And I was working for years